Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for August 28, 2025. Firstly, in Gaza, the conflict has taken a devastating toll on journalists, with at least 18 killed since the fighting began. The latest attack saw 5 journalists lose their lives in a tragic incident near a hospital. We spoke to journalists on the ground, who described the unbearable conditions they're facing, including severe hunger and psychological trauma. Secondly, in Ukraine, a new wave of drone attacks has left over 100,000 homes without power, targeting energy infrastructure ahead of winter. The Ukrainian government has condemned the attacks as a continuation of Moscow's policy of destroying civilian infrastructure. The international community is being urged to take action to hold Russia accountable for its actions. Lastly, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine continues to escalate, with significant humanitarian implications. Russia's economy is also facing challenges, including slowing growth due to high interest rates and Western sanctions. The country has imposed a ban on petrol exports in an attempt to lower fuel prices, which have soared following Ukrainian attacks on refineries. These stories highlight the complexities and dangers of conflict zones, where journalists are often caught in the crossfire and civilians face devastating consequences. We'll continue to provide fair and balanced reporting, focusing on the facts as the international community works towards peaceful resolutions to these conflicts. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press morning podcast. I'm Walter, and we'll be back with more updates throughout the day. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then she'll know it's right now. Here are the top stories we're following. Firstly, the Trump administration has proposed a new rule that would allow faith-based adoption agencies to refuse services to same-sex couples. This move has sparked controversy and debate among advocates for LGBTQ+ rights. Secondly, in international news, Moldova's pro-EU leader has won the country's parliamentary election, despite alleged Russian meddling. The European Union has expressed its support for Moldova's bid for EU membership, which is seen as a crucial safeguard against Russian influence. Lastly, reports of famine in Gaza have sparked intense debate and calls for action. Nearly a quarter of Palestinians in Gaza are experiencing famine, with numbers expected to rise to over 800,000 by the end of September. Israel has disputed these findings, but international organizations and governments are urging all parties involved to prioritize humanitarian aid and work towards a peaceful resolution. We'll be providing ongoing coverage of these stories, working to bring you accurate, unbiased reporting as events unfold. Our goal is to inform and educate, rather than to take sides or perpetuate divisions. Thank you for joining us on this morning's edition of the AI Daily Press. We'll be back with further updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm your host, Louis. Let's dive into a brief summary of our top stories from the past few days. Firstly, we've seen some significant developments in the economic landscape. The Conference Board survey revealed that consumer perceptions of job availability have weakened, with 14.8% of consumers viewing jobs as hard to get, the highest since February 2014. On the other hand, businesses are taking a cautious approach amidst rising costs from tariffs on imports, which is impacting labor costs. In another story, NVIDIA's recent earnings report showed robust growth, but with a tapering off in momentum. The company posted revenue of $46 billion and earnings per share of 1.33, but its growth trajectory has slowed down due to factors like the trade war with China. Despite this, NVIDIA still dominates the AI chip market and is poised to benefit from ongoing demand for data centers. Lastly, we've seen some concerns about an AI bubble, with NVIDIA's stock price trading at around 70 times its future earnings, roughly double the rate traditionally considered reasonable. This has sparked comparisons to the late 1990s .com. These stories highlight the complexities and nuances of our current economic landscape. As we navigate these developments, it's essential to stay vigilant, adaptable, and informed. That's all for now. Stay ahead and we'll see you tomorrow in the AI Daily Press. This is Louis, signing off. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, researchers are working on innovative solutions to mitigate the impacts of solar storms on power grids. This is crucial for ensuring a sustainable and reliable energy supply as our dependence on technology grows. Secondly, NASA is gearing up for its Artemis II mission, a crewed flight around the moon, and is seeking volunteers to track the Orion spacecraft using their own ground antennas. This initiative aims to commercialize space communications and navigation, paving the way for long-term lunar and Mars exploration. Lastly, astronomers have made a groundbreaking discovery using the James Webb Space Telescope, uncovering new insights into planet formation. The study reveals that planetary nebulas like the Butterfly Nebula are factories that produce carbon-rich components necessary for planet formation, including molecules found in car exhaust, wood smoke, and even burnt toast. These developments highlight the rapid progress being made in space research and exploration, with potential breakthroughs on the horizon that could shed new light on the origins of our home planet and the formation of life itself. We'll be keeping a close eye on these stories and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. That's all for now. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. First, we're looking at the Philadelphia Eagles' recent claim of interior offensive lineman Willie Lampkin off waivers from the Los Angeles Rams. This young man, despite being undersized, has shown impressive college tape and athleticism, with many analysts praising his toughness, smarts, and versatility. The Eagles are likely viewing him as a long-term project, someone they can develop into a useful player down the line. Next up, we've got news from the world of golf, where LIV Golf has announced a new summer event in New Orleans, Louisiana. This comes with a significant price tag, as Louisiana is investing $5 million, plus an additional $2.2 million for course improvements. The tournament is expected to generate around $40 million in economic activity for the local economy, and while there are concerns about the timing and potential competition with PGA Tour events, Governor Jeff Landry sees this as an opportunity to invest in the area and bring in a unique crowd. Lastly, we touched on the San Francisco 49ers' efforts to ensure a successful season, but let's shift focus to another team that's been making moves, the Philadelphia Eagles. Their claim of Willie Lampkin is just one example of their proactive approach to finding talent, and it will be interesting to see how this young man develops. That's all for now, folks. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Until next time, I'm your host, Howard, on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, in the realm of science, a breakthrough discovery has been made. Although details are still emerging, it's clear that this development has the potential to impact various fields. We'll continue to follow this story and provide updates as more information becomes available. Secondly, our hearts go out to the people of Minneapolis, who are mourning after a devastating act of domestic terrorism and hate crime targeting Catholics. The FBI is investigating, and we urge everyone to approach this situation with sensitivity and respect for all individuals involved. In times like these, kindness, understanding, and community are more important than ever. Lastly, we commemorate the 70th anniversary of Emmett Till's tragic death, a pivotal moment in American history that galvanized the civil rights movement. A train journey from Chicago to Mississippi has been organized to honor his memory and underscore the importance of remembering our collective past. As we reflect on this anniversary, we acknowledge the progress made towards racial equality, but also recognize that the journey towards true justice and equality is ongoing. These stories remind us of the importance of compassion, empathy, and our shared humanity. We'll continue to bring you in-depth coverage of these and other stories shaping our world today. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. We appreciate your time and invite you to tune in again tomorrow for more updates and reflections. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Like you, Charles. First, congratulations are in order for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Just kidding, it's actually Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce aren't getting married yet. But seriously, we do have some engagement news. Taylor Swift is not the one, but rather Taylor's friend isn't either. Actually, it's none of those. We've got an update on a different celebrity couple. Taylor Swift and her beau are still going strong, but our story today is about another power couple. Taylor who? No. Our story today is about Taylor's friends, or should I say other celebrities like Haley Steinfeld, Josh Allen, Cara Santana, Shannon Leto, Demi Lovato, Jutes, Michelle Young, and Jack Lay. All these lovely couples have recently tied the knot in stunning ceremonies across the country. We've got the scoop on their weddings, from intimate beachside gatherings to lavish affairs. And, of course, we can't forget about Joe Exotic, who proved that love knows no bounds, not even prison bars. In other news, the US Open tennis tournament is underway in New York, and it's been a star-studded event so far. We've spotted A-listers like Lin-Manuel Miranda, Alec Baldwin, and Spike Lee cheering on their favorite players. That's all for now, folks. Tune in later for more updates on these stories and other celebrity news. Thanks for joining us on the AIDailyPress Morning Podcast. Until next time, stay informed and keep on smiling. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David AIDaNature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, a groundbreaking study on the complex relationships between climate, ecosystems, and biodiversity has been published, providing new insights into the delicate balance of our planet's natural systems. The research, led by Dr. Terasaki Hart, emphasizes the need for continued investigation into these interactions to preserve the natural world for future generations. In other news, the Wildlife Photographer of the Year competition has unveiled its latest entries, showcasing breathtaking images of life on Earth. From cheetahs to sloths and potter wasps to long-nosed gar, these photographs remind us of the importance of conservation and sustainability in protecting our planet's precious biodiversity. Lastly, the Canadian Museum of Nature's virtual school workshops have achieved remarkable success, engaging nearly 14,000 students from coast to coast in Canada. The museum's commitment to making natural science accessible to all has inspired a love of learning and appreciation for the natural world among young people, and we look forward to seeing their continued impact in the years to come. That's all for today's morning podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon on the AI Daily Press. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David AIDaNature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.